What up, what up? It's OT The Real, and you can catch me on the Bootleg Kev Show.
Bootleg Kev Podcast, we have a special guest in here. My guy's album just dropped. He just did that BT Cypher. Y'all saw it, man. My friend, a lot of people think that we could be cousins, but we are indeed not related, not that I know of. OT The Real.
What up, what up?
Welcome, sir. Welcome.
It's good, man.
First of all, man, things been moving. Congratulations on the BT look.
Yeah, man, big moves. Real grateful to be able to be part of that.
How did that whole thing come about? Like, I know you said Snoop reposting your shit kind of helped with that, right?
Yeah, we believe so, you know what I'm saying? But, for the most part, we just been consistently dropping videos, and they've been getting placed on BET. Shout out Breeze, connecting the bridges on that, making everything connect. And they hit us up this year and said, come on.
And here we are today. So for people who don't know, man, give me a little bit of your background, because I think a lot of people know you as like a Philly rapper, even though you're not necessarily from Philly.
Yeah. Definitely. I'm from Mass. If you watch some of my other interviews and shit, it goes real into like, I left Mass, part of my criminal life that I had when I was younger. And I ended up in Philly, and that's when, I went to prison for a while. When I came home, that's when, I started to push the music. And here we are.
How long were you in prison?
Like 5.5.
That's a serious bid, man.
Some would say.
Being a so obviously there's like politics are different in all prisons everywhere. California, I believe.
I heard it's definitely different out here. It's like
yeah, I think like the Peckerwoods and the Southsiders are together, and then I think blacks and the others. And what is like when you were locked up, because you obviously are a hip hop artist, you got flavor. Like, do the whites stay with the whites in prison where you were at? Like, how was like your prison experience, man?
I remember when I was the first prison I was in was Boston. I've been in like 6 joints. The first joint I was in was Massachusetts, was Worcester House. He was just saying, and in Worcester House, I remember I was 17 getting tried as an adult, so I really didn't have no business being in there. They figured they'd keep me for the last 2 months till I turned 18. So they put me in, I was in population, but I was so young and so scrawny that nobody bothered me at all. They I looked like
you're a kid.
They were like, what the fuck are you doing here? I remember showing my papers to people and being like, no, look, I'm 17. And people would be like, yo, CO, what the fuck? Like, yo, you need anything here, man? So
they were like looking out for you.
It was like that. That's how it was in Worcester House where I landed at that time. It wasn't, whoever had it under control, it was under control. It was all right. But I remember two Irish kids came to my cell, older guys, and they were like, hey, bud, you got your paperwork? And I was like, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? They're like, all the paperwork from you getting arrested and shit. So I was like, yeah. They said, look, if you got any problems or anything, you come see us. You know what I'm saying? If like a black dude or a Puerto Rican dude, or you go at it with one of them, you don't go at it with them. You just come see us, and we'll go. And I wasn't having problems with no one, so I was like, all right. You know what I mean?
Right.
I was like looking at them like, the fuck?
Yeah.
They were like, yeah, you're good. Looked at my paperwork and left. So I seen like that there was some type of order, but, I didn't really, I had so much other shit going on, I couldn't really focus on it. But like, and then I remember like hitting the Delaware prison, like the joints I was in Delaware, like you weren't allowed to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like you couldn't sleep. I seen some crazy shit down there in Delaware. It's nasty down there. You could do your time in the prison, or if you're short time, you can choose to go across the parking lot to the VOP center, which is a punishment camp. So
you'd be in there like boot camp type shit?
Oh, yo, my man, they wake you up 4 a.m., 5 a.m. just reading last names. Put your boots on. Put your boots on.
So that would like excel your sentence, so you get out sooner?
Yeah, it would be like if you do a program in the VOP center, it might be like 6 months less than your 2 years or something. So it was worth it, but you weren't allowed to sleep.
Did you do that? You did the VOP?
Yeah, but I had to do VOP because, I left Massachusetts on the run, and I went to Delaware, and I remember I served the undercover cop, and Massachusetts wouldn't come get me, so Delaware put me on probation, and probation gets me, and they're like, all right, you're 19, you never finished high school, go back to high school. So they put me in the high school up the street from the house that I was trapping out of. I had my own house, so I was going to school during the day, to appease probation.
So you were on probation, trapping out of your own crib at 19.
And then Friday nights, I had to report to the VOP center and go to prison from Friday to Sunday. And I get out Sunday night and go back to school Monday morning. So every weekend they put me on a different pod because they wouldn't want me to go back to the same pod and bring a pack,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Bring a bomb in, right? So like people would be dying trying to get me to bring a bomb in. Like everybody be trying, yo, you're a weekender because they had to stay. They were all doing.
So for people who don't know what a bomb is, that's like sneaking some drugs.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you know.
That would be something you put up your ass.
No, I don't know about that. You know.
I mean, I'm just curious.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's how some cats might do it. Like
I don't know.
When you're coming in from the streets, you know what I'm saying. I almost got hemmed up in a situation down there one time because of that.
Because you had something on
me
you?
and a bunch of me and a bunch of weekenders were all in the cell, and they put us all in the cell together. They had us all stripping. They're like, everybody take your shirts off. And I remember I don't know what happened, but I heard something hit the ground like tap.
It wasn't you.
It might have been.
Okay.
But I looked down and there was a bag and shit. And I was and I'm looking and like no one sees it. Everyone's still getting undressed and shit. So I kind of step on it and do the swipe.
Wow.
No one notices it. And then when they're cleaning it out, they're like, yo, hold on, what is that? And all the other weekenders start ratting on me right away. They're like, this fucking young prick. Because they're all like, they had it with me. I'm going in there smelling like straight gas, taking it as a
living the life.
Yeah, like look at this fucking high school. I'm like a 19-year-old junior in high school.
Jesus. It's like Billy Madison.
Yeah, it was.
But the trapper.
It was something crazy. So like I kept getting raided and you know, there was nothing to do down there, you know what I'm saying? So I was hunted down there in Delaware, you know. So
I feel like sneaking a balloon of drugs inside of your orifices of any capacity is just dangerous because what if it busts open? Like, do you ever know somebody?
No, but not even that. You're going in there with your sneakers, though. Like,
I mean, I'm not even talking about you. I just mean like you always hear like chicks will go visit dudes and like sneak shit inside of them. Like, you know, I'm like, I wonder if that ever goes left. Like if the balloon pops open inside of a chick and then she fucking overdoses.
They die. Yeah, people die all the time.
You've heard of that?
I got a homie who's tried to stuff a half ounce of crack in his ass and he died in the police station.
It's a serious
amount. In Delaware.
It's a serious amount of crack to try to fit into your butt.
You gotta
I'm just saying the amount of lube needed for that to transpire. That's 2% gay for sure.
It probably just matters how many layers of bag are in between that. You know, because it's your body's acidic. You got acids in you.
Yeah, it should be like you should at least. It's like when you
got to put it in a corner and like wrap it into another corner.
Right. It's like if you vacuum seal a pack and put it in the mail, you should at least do it 3 times, allegedly.
I mean, you know, once that machine gets to buzzing, you know, you might just do it.
You just got to make sure you're good with the poke test. You know, yeah. I wouldn't know anything about that, but I've heard.
I don't know, but yeah, I don't know what that is.
So you're 19 years old. So just so we can rewind this because this is pretty crazy. So you get locked up at 17. You get out.
Well, I turned 18 in jail and I got on the ankle bracelet and I cut it off. So I slid. So I've been on the run forever. Like
so you were on the run pretty much
my whole life until I've just maxed out my prison sentence just now, like 2 years ago. I basically, you know, it's been like a nice decade and a half.
So you cut off your ankle bracelet at 18. You end up getting back into the system to the point where they make you go back to high school.
Yeah, like they were like, yo, Massachusetts won't extradite you. They won't pay to get you extradited, so we're not gonna hold you on that case up there.
This is in Delaware.
Yeah, so Delaware's like, we're just gonna charge you with your cases here.
And we're just gonna make sure you go back to school.
And I got raided down there again, and I bailed out before probation could put the detainer on me. Mm-hmm. And I left Delaware. So now I'm 20 and I'm in Philly. You know what I'm saying?
So for a certain you're a 19-year-old junior in high school, Monday through Friday.
Man, give me a lighter, man. It's my birthday, man.
It's your birthday?
It's my birthday right now.
Think about it. How many years ago were you in prison celebrating this day?
Yeah, man. Real
we get some ashtrays and some lighters? Yeah, of course. I will smoke with you, my man.
Yeah, please do. This thing might have clipped up in my pocket. We might need to roll another one. But
if not, I got a box of drugs right there on top of the Mortal Kombat.
So yeah, you know.
Wait. So look, you're 19. You're a 19-year-old junior in high school
with his own house, like 10 houses from the school.
Okay, so you have your own house right next to the school that they're forcing you to go to.
So the dare officer's like stops me one day and he's like, I know what goes on at that house down the street. He's like, don't bring that shit in this school, and I'm just like, all right.
Right.
I ain't gonna argue with you. I was a young kid.
So your daily schedule though was going to school. At night, you're doing your thing. You're getting your money, And then on the weekends, you're going to this camp.
I'm going to jail. I'm going to prison.
Oh, you're going to jail on the weekend.
Straight prison.
And that's not the VOP thing?
No, the VOP is the prison.
So you're going to the, but you're doing the VOP
prison.
program on the weekend.
Yeah, you're doing the VOP shit. I'm getting out Sunday night. So I had like one weekend left. It was my second to last weekend. And that shit hit the floor and them cats were like, oh, that's his. He comes in here.
Is that when you jetted?
So nah. So I'm in the fucking prison, fucking balls naked, fucking getting accused of the drugs on the floor. They're saying it's mine.
Fell out of another guy.
So I'm like, that ain't fucking mine.
Right.
They're like, well, who's this? I don't fucking know.
But they can't prove it at that point.
So then they're like, look, and they point, and there's a fucking camera.
Oh.
So I'm like, damn. So now I'm like, it ain't mine. Doubled down. You know what I'm saying? I said, fuck you.
Right.
It ain't mine still. I don't care what the camera says. I'm doubled down.
Yeah.
And I was young. So Sunday night came and they read all the weekenders' names to leave and they didn't read mine. So I'm like, yo, CO, I got school tomorrow. Get the fuck back to your rack, man. What the fuck are you talking about, man? They say you ain't going home. They're like, you're the one who brought the dope in. Everything's dope to them.
Yeah.
Delaware is the South. It's the beginning of the South.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Once you hit Delaware, you're in the South. It's different than being in Pennsylvania.
It's a whole different culture.
I'm telling you, man, like even the music, motherfuckers was listening to like Mike Jones and shit down there and shit when I was down there. Like,
That's fucking
nothing against them.
No, nothing against Mike Jones.
I could use a couple singles too, but I'm saying like, you know, like it's a different vibe down there. And hold on.
Happy birthday.
My bad.
Hey, this guy's birthday right here, man.
Yeah, it's a hell of a birthday, man. Bootleg Kev said fly up. But where was I? Fuck it.
You said that they said you're staying.
Oh yeah, so
you were supposed to.
They said you're staying. So the next morning comes and they bring me out in front of a video court judge. And I'm just like, yeah, I got a double. They're like, listen, 6-month program starting today. Or you could go catch this 3-piece for bringing drugs into jail. I'm like, nope, fuck that. Nope.
Not mine.
Nope, not mine. They're like, we got you on camera. I'm like, I want to see the camera. They said, well, we don't got to show it to you, so we show it to the judge. You see it at the same time. So I was like, damn. So I remember calling home, telling my mom, and she's like, oh, you got to take the deal. But I know they're listening, and in Delaware is nasty. So I'm like, no, I'm not taking the deal, Mom. I'm innocent. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, because I know that this is all part of their
And you probably
case.
can't get in trouble for kicking it.
Yeah,
like kicking it under the bed or whatever.
You know what I'm saying? Plausible deniability has gotten me out of some jams. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they got to prove it. I'm saying nothing.
Right.
That shit ain't mine. You know what I'm saying? So they put me in front of the judge, and the judge is like on the screen. He asked the CO, because the CO is like acting like the fucking prosecutor. This shit is like fucking small town shit going on down there. Yeah. Guys over my shoulder like, Your Honor, we don't actually have those cameras recording. They're just there for monetary purpose. The judge is like, yo, let him go right now and get him back. I want him back in school by this afternoon. They let me back out.
That's amazing.
And I went on a run.
So you were on the run for how many years would you say that you were just kind of ducking the law before it caught up to you?
From like 2002 to 2000 until I went to prison in 2010, 2011, and then.
And you say you were in for 5.5 from
like
there.
5.5 there, yeah. So it was on the run, and then I got out and was on parole. So I didn't max that out for another 4 years after that. So it was almost a 20-year run.
Wow. And
it
for
didn't
people,
seem like it.
Well, for people who don't understand too, is like when you're on parole like that, it's almost like as close to being in prison as. I mean, I don't know how your parole was. I guess everyone's parole is different.
Philly's sweet. Like I suggest anybody who's on parole in like Jersey or something like that. Everybody's killing everybody in Philly, right? So like, if you don't get caught shooting a gun at somebody, you're not going to jail.
You get off sweet.
You're not going to jail. Like
I would suggest you relocate to Philadelphia.
No, if you put your parole in Philly, they don't got time to come see you.
Oh,
that's it. They don't got time. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, so what was it that ended up happening where everything actually ended up catching up to you? Because I've had some friends that were on similar.
I got booked in Philly after, I landed in Philly in like 06. 07, I found like Fishtown, Kensington. Built my little team up, had a little run to like 2010. Got booked, got caught on someone else's shit, someone else's bullshit. I got pulled in, got grabbed, and people were telling. They offered me a 4 to 8. I tapped real quick because, I was over 100 grams. Over 100 grams for a convicted felon at the time was a mandatory 7.5 to 15, but the 7.5 and 15 can be your back number. It doesn't got to be your front number. So you could get a 4 to 8, and that falls in that 7.5 to 15. So I took the sweetest deal that they offered right away.
Damn.
When I went upstate, Delaware put a detainer on me. I said, "What do you guys want?" They said 2.5 years plus the felony conviction. I'm like, "Will you run it right now?" They said, "Yeah." I said, "Tap out, boom." So that was another felony convictions just adding up. Then Massachusetts hits me up. Massachusetts tried to get
Like,
me.
we've been looking for him.
Well, they put a detainer on me right away, and I got in the dog program in the jail I was at in PA.
Did you have a pet?
Yeah, me and one other dude were in a building where a bunch of dudes had like rooms like this size, but there was a crate for a dog, and you got these fucked up dogs, and like you'd groom them and like walk them, and if they'd get adopted after, so it made you look good for when you saw the board, and you were doing good, you know. It was like,
And you had a little friend.
and you had a fucking dog, and you could go outside on the compound at any time and walk to any block because your dog had to piss, and you were just walking around. So it was a lot of
Sweet deal.
Yeah, it was a good job. People would hate on that show. You're in the dog program. I'm like, fuck out of here, pussy.
You would
Like,
take the dog too.
yeah, fuck out of here.
How many dogs did you have?
Wow, actually, I didn't do good in the dog program, really, but you know,
My dog died.
That's where
He said, my dog died.
Nah, you know, that's where like work ethic came in and shit, to where it was like I had like weight room and football games coming up and playing all these sports. Like,
You were playing football in prison?
I played every sport except volleyball, man.
How's foot? Wait a second. So you're walking dogs. That's not going well.
Well, you know, it wasn't that.
You
They
got
got a
busy-
sign out sheet on the wall of every time you take the dog out to walk them. And this broad who was running the program was like, you know,
You're not bringing the dog out enough.
you're not fucking, and you're not taking them out for long enough periods of time. And after a while, I was like, listen, you fucking cunt. I says, I'm trying to make fucking parole here and go home and fucking live my
Fuck
life.
these dogs.
I love the dogs, but like the dog don't got to go out 9 times a day. The fucking dog's getting adopted and sitting in a cage while the people go to work.
I'm fucking running back.
You got me
right now. What are we doing?
Listen, bitch, I got a game.
I got a game tomorrow.
You know what I mean? Look, so, you know, yeah, you know.
How do they divvy up?
Well, this is what happened. Hold on.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
So they let you take a picture with the dog. Fucked up.
Yeah.
Let me put this down. They let me take a picture with the dog, right? So I got a court date coming up in Massachusetts, right? So I send the picture of the dog to my mom. My mom goes on my behalf to Massachusetts, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're just trying to we're trying to plead guilty. So they start running the time.
Yeah.
While because the PA
At the same
time's
time.
4.5 years
Yeah.
going, the other time's gonna get eaten up. So they're like, the dude who was the head of probation at the time was fucking working with adopting dogs at the Patriots games. He was putting the adopted dogs up on the screen at the Patriots game. So my mother holds the picture up of me fucking the dog in court. I guess they, you know, talk and they're like, yeah, we'll give him, you know, I think it was another 2 years.
That dog saved you some time. Shout out
Tapped
to that dog.
Another felony conviction. That shit was just
Wow.
adding up against me, but I was getting out of shit though. So I was, you know, shout out to the dog. I think his name was Boozer.
Boozer. Like Carlos?
Yeah.
Overrated Chicago
He was
Bulls
a, he
power
was a
forward.
hound. He used to be like hound howling.
Like he would howl at night?
in the cell. Shit was crazy, bro.
Back to the football. How do you divvy up a football team in? Because football is
It's
a
a
violent
draft.
sport.
It's a draft.
So it's a draft.
So you got to sign up.
Okay.
A bunch of people sign up to be coaches. Every coach gets to freeze one player. So you got people going all over the jail trying to like buy a player to freeze with them.
Jesus.
And then they go in and they have their draft and shit. They have a draft.
What round were you drafted in?
You know, I was a whole player, man. Fuck you talking about?
So what'd you play? Like, what was your position in prison? Pause. I'm talking about on the football field. On the football field. Were you a running back? Were you a tight end? Pause. Quarterback?
Yeah,
cornerback?
No, well, I'd say probably a tight end.
Pause. Yeah.
Yeah, probably a tight end.
Actually, you'd want to
Is there
be,
some
out of all positions, you'd want to be a tight end in prison.
Nah, man.
I'm saying you'd want to be.
Sports are big though in prison, man. Sports are what gets you through shit. You know?
Yeah, you get to play. I mean, basketball. I mean, obviously, I think out here they got like, there's like a big baseball league in the prisons in Cali.
Yeah. Like back in the day, they used to play like the guards and shit. I played, baseball, and it's men's softball in there and shit. The ball got to hit the plate for it to be a strike and shit.
Any like crazy riots while you were locked up?
In the county in Philly, yeah, there was a lot. That was probably like the
In county, huh?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, the county in Philly, eats up everything I saw, you know. And
That's what they say about LA County Jail. They say it's like fucking hell on earth. Like for even if you're only there for like 2 weeks, it's like the worst.
I was with a kid who had a DUI in Philly, and he was on probation for it, and he got a DUI out in LA, and Philly went and got him and made him ride the bus back. And so they ride the bus for a couple hours and they drop you off at the nearest prison. And you sleep there. Then the next morning,
so he's on a prison tour.
You go on a prison tour, yeah. You go on a joint. That's why
terrible.
You got to look at the states you're fucking with, because some states will go anywhere. You see how Massachusetts wouldn't even come to Delaware to get me. The mother, you know,
Massachusetts won't extradite unless it's something crazy. If it's like not worth their time.
Yeah, for me it was like, you know, coke and grand larceny and shit.
What up, y'all? We got to stop the interview to tell you about our new sponsors, our family at Hardin, Las Vegas. You see what it is. You see what it is. Welcome to the family, Hardin, man. We're so excited. I've been going to Hardin for so many years. For people who don't know, Hardin is that premium cannabis dispensary, the #1 award-winning dispensary in Las Vegas. I'm talking the biggest and best selection of cannabis product, and of course in Vegas, but I'm talking about worldwide. They're them motherfuckers, all right? So what you got to do is pull up when you're in Vegas to Hardin, go to Hardin_Las Vegas, shoot them that follow on Instagram, go see them, tell them I sent you. When you go to checkout, be like, yo, Bootleg Kev sent me. I saw y'all talking about it on the Bootleg Kev podcast. Look, when you're in Vegas, they'll also deliver right to your room, whatever you need, all right? Make sure you follow the crew, Hardin_Las Vegas. Go to HardinLasVegas.com. That's JARDIN, LasVegas.com. And don't forget, when you go to Vegas, you go to Hardin, tell them I sent you, and they're gonna, they might throw a little extra, little eighth in the bag or something. Give them a little discount, the bootleg discount, you know what I'm saying? Get them Packwoods too. They gave me a Packwood the other day that, geez, I'm still recovering from that shit. Blew my whole fucking face off in the best way. Hardin, Las Vegas. All right, shout out to them. Let's get back to the interview.
Yeah, that's what them first.
It's crazy because like with your background, obviously, you know, it turned
me into a nice guy.
Well, I was gonna say, like, for you to get out when you got out and then start from zero when it comes to having like doing this rap shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, it says a lot about, like, I guess just like your determination, man. Because like I'm assuming you're writing hella raps in jail and shit.
Yeah, like that's when I started doing that time. When I was fighting that case, when Pennsylvania had me, Delaware put a detainer on me.
Right.
There's no more bail. Don't even think about that shit. You're just waiting for court dates now. Now you're in jail. You just
now you know where you're gonna be at.
Now you're trying to run a poker table. You're trying to get, you know what I mean? You're trying to start living off the land.
Yeah.
Your mind ain't out there no more. It's inside. But once your mind's inside, you're all right. You can do it. You just gotta get through it.
Were you like big with rapping before you got locked up?
I was rapping and I had like a studio, but like I never released music ever on like YouTube or nothing. I was literally it was just a place for us to fuck around and gamble and meet people and serve people.
You think you sharpened your obviously your skills a lot while being
in jail
with that pen, right?
In jail, yeah. Not real rap. In jail, definitely, you know, I wrote a lot. And then I'd go, you know, I was like reluctant a little bit at first to rap because it's nasty in there. You don't really want to draw attention on yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, especially, I mean, I'm sure being a white dude that raps is like,
and then like I know,
worse,
and then like you know, I was somebody on the street. Like,
you weren't like a fucking, people knew who you were.
I was fucking fronting everybody. Like they knew everybody was. I was fucking paying gas bills like in the neighborhoods I was in. So like when I went to jail, a lot of dudes were fucked up on drugs. I was healthy, you know what I'm saying? At that time, I was ready to rock. I was a fat boy, ready to rock. Right. So like I feel, you know, a lot of times I feel like, you know, I would go, like when I first went there, a lot of them dudes kind of got behind me. Like the same way when I told you them boys came to my cell and they were like, yo, blah, 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 blah. I felt myself kind of turn into that a little bit.
Like trying to help out some good people.
Well, yeah, I turned into, you know what I mean?
The big homie kind of sorts.
Yeah, but in a much more humble way. You know
for sure. That's
because if you move humble anywhere,
you're gonna get that same energy back.
Any race of people, any religion, anything. If you move humble and respectful, the shit, you know what I mean? It can still go left.
No, for sure. It's crazy because like I feel like you came on the show 2 or 3 years ago. It was right before. Was it 2019 or 2018?
It was up at the station with you and Head.
Yeah, I want to say it might have been 2019 or like
19.
early. Yeah. But I think you had been DMing me for a while, and
just hungry. I was trying to get.
yeah, you were hitting me a grip, and I forget if it was.
Oh shit!
I don't remember who. Like,
You got water?
we don't got water. No, you want to grab some from the Stowski broski?
My fault, man. You were saying
A few. I was gonna say it might have been Steve Lobel.
Lobel. Well, yeah. So, all right. So one night, you know what I'm saying, I get a phone call that like something happened to one of my friends, and they were gone. They weren't coming back for a while, and so I was, it was a fucked up day, real paranoid, fucked up day for me.
Right.
I wasn't involved in none of it, but it just was very close to me, and so I was home. I remember I was laying downstairs in the living room, and my phone rang, and I'm like, "Hello?" He's like, "Yo, what's up, bro? Just want to let you know, man, motherfuckers is proud of you." And I was like, "All right, good looking." I'm like, "Who is this?" He's like, "It's Shoe, man." I was like, "Oh," I was like, "All right, where you at?" I don't even know who this is, but I was locked up with so many different people that someone got he got my number.
Right.
I'm not talking crazy with him. We can talk. Like,
Yeah.
Who is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, where do I know you from? Nah, man, you weren't locked up with me. I'm way out west. I'm like, no, I was out west PA too. He's like, no, I'm out west. I'm in California locked up. So I just want to let you know we've been looking at your progress. Motherfuckers is proud of you and shit. So I was like, all right. I was like, I appreciate it. I said, Shoe, where do I know you from? He said, my name ain't Shoe, my name's Suge. I said, Suge? I said, is it Suge? What's your last name? He said, there's only one Suge, motherfucker. This is Suge Knight. So I was like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, all right. He's like, look, I'm going to have Scott and Steve call you, get with you. I was like, all right, well, if this is really you, I apologize. I don't know what the fuck.
Just a random.
I don't know how Suge Knight got my number, right? You know what I'm saying? So the next day, Scott Storch FaceTimed me.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, yo, we're gonna get it in. We just got put on to you by,
Suge Knight.
I was like, damn. I was like, all right. And I never even got to talk to dude again because you can't call back.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? And then, it went dry for a while, like a whole summer went by, and then my homie hit me and was like, yo, because I put a screenshot up when Storch FaceTimed me. I was like, yo, hold up real quick, I'm gonna take a screenshot. He was like, all right.
Yeah, of course.
So put it up. So that got, the battery in one of my homies' backs to just keep the same way I was at you. I got some thorough people around me that are constantly, just like how Breeze is, just like how this BET shit, you know what I mean? So like, he's like, yeah, I'm going out there to fuck with him. You're coming. I'm like, all right, come on. We go out there, get with Steve, get with Scott. We got a record in the tuck. I got a beat by Storch in the tuck.
Great guy.
Yeah, man. So, shit be happening. Crazy shit be happening. You know what I mean?
So you still haven't talked to Suge Knight, huh?
Nah.
That's so crazy. That like whatever you were doing, like got on his radar while he's incarcerated.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild, man.
Nah, it's
It ain't easy to discover new music.
And then I found out
right?
where that came from. Was some cats from Jersey was at Shade 45 one day, and I guess they were in close touch with dude over here, and they put him. I found that out later, but yeah, man. You know what I mean?
I don't know if he's ever supposed to get out, but I'm sure if he does, you'll meet him one day or visit him. I don't know. How
yeah, no, man. Like I said, man, I wish everybody the best. Like I know everybody. That's not a. I know that dude's been through a lot of situations with a lot of people out here.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
but yeah.
Yeah, but but that's their business. You know what I'm saying?
100%. Being that you've lived the life you've lived, when you listen to certain rappers, can you tell if they're full of shit or not?
Sometimes.
Because I feel like the stuff you say in your bars, like people who know, like Pusha T has a song, If You Know, You Know. Like I feel like if you listen to your shit, you're saying some really, really like
some shit that I went through.
Damn, like
right.
This dude is fucking serious. Like this is not some fugazi dude.
Yeah, I can tell. I can tell sometimes. Sometimes though, some cats are out here doing crazy numbers with whatever they're doing on the street, and they make music that's like Future.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying though? So like,
well, I think too sometimes it's like
It's hard.
They were close to it.
If
maybe.
you got a hard bar rapper though,
Right.
I can tell. I could tell if it's if it was him or his homies. I mean,
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
like if that was you or your big brother, man. Stop rapping about your brother, man.
Aren't you kind of like glad that you got all that shit out of the way when you did before this fentanyl shit was popping? Because god damn, it's crazy right now, right?
Absolutely.
It's like it's terrible. Dude.
Absolutely, man. You know, like I said, man, I got tired of drugs in the ecstasy era, man. I was over really doing drugs when I was a kid. So when I became an adult, like I've been on my own, you know what I'm saying? Like I never had like good looking, bro. I never had like a net under me that was gonna catch me.
Right.
So I had to accept like how miserable life can be when you're a man by yourself and you're fucking broke. You know, once you're 19, 20 years old, you're a grown man. You know what I'm saying?
So I mean, look, you were pretty much out on your own right away, 17 on.
Yeah, and I didn't have to be like my mother was good family, you know what I'm saying, good parents and shit. Like separated, but still like.
I mean, she showed that guy the dog.
She fucking went to my court dates for me, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah,
for me,
shout out to moms.
Flew to Pittsburgh from Massachusetts, had to fly into Pittsburgh, rent a car, get a hotel just to visit me.
That's amazing. Shout out to your mom, man.
Yeah, shout out to Mom Dukes, man. My dad visit me too, man. They will come out and check me out like once a year because it's such a long drive. I'm like, man, I'd be like, man, don't even fucking come out to this fucking nut ass hillbilly fuck place. You're gonna get a fucking DUI. Hell yeah, man, get the fuck out.
Shout out to the hillbillies, man.
Hey, what up, y'all? It's Bootleg Kev here to stop the interview. Sorry, but we got to pay the fucking bills. And, you know, not only do we have to pay the bills, but we also got to take care of them cocks out there. That's right. Make sure you go to BlueChew.com right now. You know, the Bootleg Kev podcast, we are presented by Blue Chew proudly. I happen to every once in a while dabble in a little chewski, you know what I'm saying? And let me tell you something, my dick thanks me for it every single time. So listen, if you go to Blue Chew, use the promo code BOOTLEG, you're going to get your first month supply for free. Now, we're talking the same active ingredient as Viagra, as Cialis, without the awkward doctor's appointment visit. You just go online, they get you taken care of, it gets delivered right to your fucking door in discreet packaging. It's a beautiful thing. And how about this? Brand new product alert on Blue Chew, all right? And I'm going to fuck this up for sure, so I'm going to try to read it. Now, Blue Chew has a mint-flavored chewable with vardenafil, which is the same active ingredient in Levitra and Staxin. So shout out to Levitra. Same active ingredient in the mint-flavored chewables. So what are we doing? Go get you a little mint boy, go get you a little Blue Chew, whatever the fuck you need. Just know, whatever young lady or man or etc. that you're dealing with, they're going to fucking thank you for it because your dick's going to be harder than it's ever been in your whole fucking life, man. It's going to be great. And like, if you're a single guy, take a Blue Chew, jack off. Be a better jerk, I'll tell you that. All right? BlueChew.com. Go right now. And, you know, I know we have a lot of male listeners who like underground rap, so chances are you're not getting a lot of pussy. But I promise you one thing. You take that Blue Chew, you're going to beat your dick like it stole something all night long. BlueChew.com. Use that promo code BOOTLEG right now, and they will give you the first month for free. So go do that shit.
Hey, being a white rapper, I feel like you automatically just inherit random like redneck fans, even though you don't make that kind of shit.
You might, yeah.
Have you noticed that?
I just noticed like this gradual of every type of everyone.
Everybody who I know that's like super into like ill rap shit, like when I repost you on a freestyle or whatever it is, they're always like, yo, he's crazy. Like, I'm a fan. I fuck with him. Like, but you had mentioned in the freestyle I think you did for was it On the Radar? There is a weird, obnoxious underbelly of white rap that is easy to get pulled into because it's like it's just low hanging fruit to me. I'm talking about what's the fucking guy who I beefed out with in my YouTube comments? That corny bastard.
What's that?
Adam Calhoun.
Oh, okay. So
Like that kind of shit, the Adam Calhoun shit, the Burden shit, there's just a lot of weird, super like cringy
So, like,
white rap shit going
it's
on.
like I guess the way to put it in the terms would be like, if you like music, so like
That doesn't
my
suck.
music, people come up to me and be like, "Yo, I listen to your shit, and that shit gives me the fucking chills." Like that shit make like you said or something like that, and that's because like I'm saying I'm putting my real life emotion into something. So that's why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I'm making something that I feel it's all organic and it's all real. And
Yeah.
it doesn't, you
It's
don't
like shit to live to.
when someone is just writing a poem of the best shit that they can think of, and there's no, you can tell that there's no passion or nothing in it. I mean, they're really just trying to ride a beat, and they're doing it just to be doing it because there is no passion in it, there is no message in it. So what the fuck are you doing? So people like who pay attention to lyrics and appreciate shit like that was gonna get tiresome to hear that shit. Like them country singers be like,
Well, that's why I think you mentioned the Calhoun dude and the Upchurch guy, right?
oh yeah, and
But
that
not in
wasn't
like
that
a negative
personal,
way.
But this ain't
Not in a
Calhoun
negative
and
way,
Upchurch.
but this ain't that shit.
We front work. If
Be
they burn
clear.
us, then it's guns first.
Be
know what I
clear.
mean?
Yeah.
Real rap.
I heard the Upchurch guy's a nice guy, but I don't know.
They
about
probably
that.
both. I wish them both the best.
You had talked to you and Millie supposed to be doing some shit together, like a whole project.
That's my dog, man. Fucking
Great
right.
guy.
Yeah, fucking right.
You know what's crazy? I met Millie's in 2012 at South by Southwest at the Hyatt fucking lobby. That guy's been at it for years, man.
Well, you know what I'm saying? That he's, the shit he's got going on right now, he deserves
killing
it. Yeah, he deserves it.
100%.
And he's official too. He's official.
Official.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, you asked me if certain people, that guy's official. Absolutely.
You've had some pretty big moments in terms of just like people acknowledging the movement, acknowledging you as, obviously Meek's posted your shit.
Shout out Meek, man.
Snoop Dogg of recent. Like, what's been like one of the more crazier things that like kind of made you like pinch yourself? Like, damn, I was fucking in prison, 7 years ago. Like now so and so's on my shit. Like this shit is wild.
Yeah, that happens a lot. But what I do is I'd be like, shut the fuck up. Don't even think about
Stay
that
humble.
shit. What's the next joint?
Yeah, because if you get too wrapped up into the
I need rollout for this
accolades,
next. What am I doing for rollout for this next project? Where
Yeah.
am I going? Where did it not go? What didn't I do? You know what I'm saying? And I've had 2 children born, and you know what I'm saying? In the last 3 years, I've had 2 children born. So
wow. Well, congrats.
yeah,
Same baby mom, 2 baby moms?
Yeah, I
same
got
baby
3
mom.
kids. Yeah. So I just had 2 in the last. You know what I'm saying?
'Cause you got 2 young ones right now.
That's who I.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my oldest son, he's playing football,
Nice.
soccer.
How old's your oldest son?
He's 10.
Oh, nice. Little dude now, man.
Football and soccer, man.
Once they hit like 8, they become like little dudes, low key. I think anything before that, you really look at it like, damn, I gotta watch what I say in front of you now, because you really be knowing about shit.
Yeah, it's definitely right now at this time in my life, my music is starting to connect to my home life because I have a child old enough to understand stuff. So
And that's important too.
there's
'cause
some explaining to do. You know what I mean?
yeah. No, I have an 8-year-old who is going on 30. In his
A lot of these
mentality.
dudes ain't there for their kids. A lot of these dudes are like, they're lit, but they're kids. They're fucking 37-year-old kids.
Right.
They got kids out there. They don't take care of their kids. There's no way they're taking care of their kids because I be with my kids. So I know there's no fucking way that a lot of these cats really have that. And I wouldn't really sacrifice that relationship with my kids. If I got
For anything.
If I got to get rich slower, then I will. You know what I'm saying? I'm still going to grind. I'll just sleep less. That's my trick.
That's amazing.
Man, I see you do it too.
I'm
You know,
trying,
at the same
man.
time,
The work-life balance is.
You know how it goes. And
it's-
salute to everybody who don't. Don't get it twisted.
There are a lot of 37-year-old children running around here.
But and I'm not saying
in terms
that,
of just how they live.
Right, but I'm not saying, just because they don't have kids that they're fucking children. I don't mean like that.
No, so that they don't take care of their kids.
Right, there's people out
You
here
should
that-
take care of your fucking kids.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
Yeah.
my baby mom makes it easy too, though. You know what I'm saying?
That's important, man. It's important to have the right person to like understand your mission, especially being an artist.
Like somebody just called home today, a relative, and said that like, he just landed in a county jail up, and the guards got my shit on YouTube with the speaker, with my shit's playing on YouTube in the cell block right now.
What the fuck?
The dudes are going up to the cell like, yo, that's your fam, that's your people, throwing food. It's like that right now, because I really came in heavy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I put a lot of people on, a lot of people. I put a lot of people on, a lot of people.
Wow.
Massachusetts, Jersey, New Hampshire, Delaware, Pennsylvania, all the way, back then. So my relationships, some of those people that, I had these relationships with, we're all out of the streets now. But some of these people know me. Like, me and you know each other now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We know we wouldn't fuck each other over,
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
I have that relationship with like all these people. You know what I'm saying? I have, and it's not all from drugs. You know what I'm saying? It's from just being
Being solid.
Well, back in the day, it really was. But those those relationships turned into other things. People ended up places. A lot of people dead, a lot of people in jail. Some people work at fucking Interscope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's our be.
That's crazy, man.
You know, that's my path. And I'm still not where I want to go, but my character is on a beam. You know what I'm saying?
Explain to me, like, what was the moment, like, when you first get out, where you decided to go, like, 10 toes in on this rap shit? Because I'm assuming, like...
I was on a roof getting paid $80 a day, about to fall off that shit every 5
Like,
seconds.
doing manual labor.
Not knowing what I was doing, no, unskilled.
Doing, like, construction?
And I'm coming out of jail, and everyone's like, "You better go out there and fuck that shit up," like, cause I'm, you know, I hit home, and the people, like I've said this before, like people weren't as quick to want to help you, cause they're like, "What are you doing? You're trying to rap, dude?" Like,
yeah, come on, man, get a fucking job. You just got out. Yeah,
going back to jail, man.
Yeah,
people who care about you.
Yeah, they'll be the
That's
most
the
honest
hardest
with you.
one. Yeah,
the
the hardest one,
you.
man. And you gotta decide, like right there, like, all right, what am I doing? It's balls to the wall. Balls to the wall. Just gotta believe, just go. Believe in yourself. And then, you know, when you start knocking down doors, you be like, oh yeah, I'm a fucking door knocker downer. You know what I'm saying?
In more than one way. Knocking down those doors, man. Bro, have you ever thought about acting? I feel like you could be like typecasted in the town forever.
Breeze just got me my new, what'd you get me, Breeze? What's it called? The check? What's it from? Got my first.
You got a SAG?
Check. Well, yeah, got my SAG check from that BET. Yeah, man.
It'd be in the
Shout
town
out
part
BET.
2, man. I feel like you could just be typecasted in every Ben Affleck gangster movie forever.
Shout out Slane, man.
Slane, you could hey, shout out my guy Slane. Slane's a dope rapper.
You know, he's somebody who I look up to a lot with what he did.
Great guy, man. Great guy. I had a legendary night in Las Vegas with Slane and a bunch of porn stars in 2012. My God. Static Selector was there. Yeah. I may or may not have gotten fellatio in front of them in the back of a limo.
I don't want to have you dig up no skeleton.
Yeah, whatever. It was a long time ago, before I knew my wife.
Shout out Static.
Shout out to those. What's the name of the porn awards? Fuck, the big ones. AVN Awards in Vegas. Those weekends were crazy.
Yeah, I missed those.
Yeah, you missed them. Yeah, but how do you like when you're in prison? Don't they like take that shit from you? Like if somehow you manage to get like a fucking hustler in there, isn't that contraband?
Yeah. It's a write-up.
Yeah, so you get in trouble for that.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Certain guards probably realize that shit is breeding homosexuality. And I think, you know, a lot of times guards are the ones taking the magazine in and taking to the copy machine and printing all them black and whites and giving them to the block. So, you know, probably feeling bad for dudes, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, so
Most of the shit that comes into jail is coming from a guard who's trying to be thorough. I ain't gonna say a thorough guard because there's no such thing, but a guard who works or an administrator who works inside the jail is trying to be thorough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of people like COs. I feel like there's two types of COs. Somebody who just like, look, this is a job. It is what it is. Good benefits, and then there's the motherfuckers who grew up not getting no pussy, who are probably dickheads in high school, and that this is their way of.
Oh man, it's bad, bro.
You know the guys I'm talking about.
They don't like me,
and they're just the worst.
But I'm a real sociopath. Fuck, I mean, I can manipulate those people too if I need to. Wow. You know what I'm saying, but yeah, those people are the worst though.
Yo, it's Bootleg Kev here to tell you about our partners at MyBookie. Damn it, football season. We're in the thick of it right now. I hit big last week too, man. I want to give a shout out to my guy who gave me the pick. Shout out my guy, Sportsbook Killer. But listen, what you got to do is go to MyBookie right now. Get in on this NFL action. You know, NBA's coming up too. You could bet on anything you want. They got the player props. You could do a parlay builder. You could bet on your favorite team to win the Super Bowl. Get them odds up, whatever it is. The most important thing, get that first time deposit bonus. That means when you sign up for your account, use the promo code BOOTLEG, BOOTLEG, and you will get a deposit match. So if you put in $200, they're going to give you $200 on top of that to gamble with for free. If you put in $1,000, they're going to match that deposit with a free $1,000 for you to gamble with right now. So what the fuck are you waiting for? Let's get this money. Let's watch some fucking football, and let's get paid with MyBookie.
Definitely gets nasty.
Be a nice hustle if you were.
It's hard when those people band up. Those people by themselves are one thing, but when you find a certain profession,
like a crew of dickheads.
Oh man,
It's just the whole crew's a bunch of fucking assholes. Then the other crews selling black and white nudie magazines.
That's how it be at them Western PA prisons. Them prisons are in towns and they're owned by the people in the town. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I just
they're
started
all the
watching.
COs.
Have you watched Mayor of Kingstown?
No, I ain't see
It's
that.
with Jeremy Renner, the guy from Hurt Locker. It's about like that. It's about like this little town. It might be in like that area actually. I'm pretty sure it is. And it's like about like how this prison kind of feeds the whole town like jobs.
It does, man. The way they mark up commissary, like with nobody overseeing them. You understand that? It's like a straight flip. I mean, there's nobody's involved. Like they're just buying shit that's approved and they're marking it up as they see fit and selling it at commissary. That's
selling it to the
selling it to the
that's
inmates.
crazy.
So they're locking you in a place.
They might get like a bottle of these.
Yeah, so they're locking you in a place, right? For whatever. But
Controlling the market on everything you can buy.
yeah, really. I mean, really. And then like the way that they're streaming the music in there and shit. Like I'm glad I'm on all them tablets and shit. But like
You can get a tablet in there?
everybody got a tab. My music's on all the tablets. We fight to make sure my shit's on the tablets. In there. Yeah, you got.
What is it like Spotify? Like what is it?
Nah, it's like a fucking. They get like a tablet and they have like a site that I forget. It's not JPay. It's something else. Or it might be.
I remember JPay.
I was out of jail. I left and got out of prison right before the tablets came and the tobacco got taken out. They took all the tobacco out.
So tablets, there's like a specific platform that.
Like you get a tablet and like you can call people from it from your cell. So you don't have to worry about like the phone line no more.
Yeah, I got a homie who texts me regularly from prison, from
Yeah.
federal prison, and he's in Ohio. He's like, I talk to him every week. Like he's just texting me about shit. Hey, did you see what happened? I'm like, yeah, that shit's crazy.
Like I don't know. Like I feel like my time would have been a lot harder if I'd had a phone. But I wanted one when I was in there, of course, at all times. But to have a phone full time while you're doing all them years is like.
It's almost like it's teasing you like what you're missing.
Yeah.
As opposed to focusing on what's in front of you.
Real shit.
That's real.
Just
I can
watching
imagine.
people go through like college and
Like,
shit.
damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Fucking
Shit hurts.
crazy, man.
That shit hurts. So I'm glad. Just lock me. Just leave me alone. I'm gonna be in. I'll just hunker down and live life
Right.
from here until it's time to go. You know what I'm saying?
So your new album, explain the title.
No matter what.
Yeah, what I mean, this is
No matter what.
relentless.
Yeah.
I mean, we see.
Like
No matter what.
Yeah, That's
We just talked about everything you fucking went through.
Yeah, and other people have had rougher paper routes than me. I'm not complaining, but yeah, that's you ask where I'm at. That's what it is. That's
You got Chris
shaped me.
Webby on the album. Shout out to Chris Webby. He's
Shout
a
out
good
Chris
friend,
Webby,
great guy.
Yeah, man.
He's got a pretty sick fan base too. You say you were on the road a little bit with him.
Yeah,
you got
man.
to experience some of
He
that.
took me to do some shows with him and shit. And kid Ritz was out there with him, man.
Ritz is
fire.
old as fuck. Be clear, he is not a kid.
I fuck with Ritz. Man.
Great guy. I fuck with him too. Maybe a little too much to the detriment of my own fucking existence. But
That's
yeah,
your man, right?
he can rap his ass off.
Yeah, he's
And he is probably the. One day, Ritz's movie will come out and it will be great. Ritz is a wild boy. That's all I can say.
Yeah, he's definitely. I only kicked it with him for a little bit, but we're definitely gonna link again.
No, you guys should do a record together.
Yeah, I fuck with Ritz.
Because he can he does the chopping where he be rapping fast, but people don't know he could do he actually has like a whole boom bap tape that he never put out just to show people that he doesn't have to rap that way. But Ritz is fire. Who else on the album? You said Webby. Who else?
Oh, Sue Surf.
Sue Surf.
Yeah, man. Shout out.
He's one of
Surf.
them ones, man.
Yeah, man. He's somebody that I always wanted to work with. So when the opportunity came up, I was glad we were able to, able to link, shoot that video, get all that out. And then I got another one with Hardo.
From Pittsburgh?
From Pittsburgh,
He's
yeah,
so
man.
fire.
Yo, real rap, man. You gotta
He's
get him
so
up there,
hard.
man.
I know me, but I've had him on my show. I feel like I've been tapped in with Hardo for a long time. I feel like 2017 he came on my show.
Oh, okay.
But I just ran into him at South by, and I fuck with Hardo, man.
Yeah, he be talking shit. He's another one
He's
of them
hard,
people
bro.
that when they talk that shit,
Yeah, he's
you
fire.
can tell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shout out to Pittsburgh, man.
Word up.
I saw. Did you have a relationship with the battle rapper who just passed away, Pat?
Yeah, real good relationship.
Yeah, I saw I saw you just post about him. I don't know the circumstances in which he died, man, but he was by all accounts one of the. I'm not like super.
I think he's to me, you know what I'm saying? And I said this before, you know what I'm saying, he passed, but he was number one. Him and Disaster, to me, were the best two battle rappers I ever heard,
Right.
There's some other cats though in a different way. Like I'm a big fan of Ness, battling.
That's just dope.
And that's a different lane. But all in
Rum
all,
Nitty.
yeah, I gotta get more caught up. But back to Pat though. Pat's a legend forever. You know what I'm saying?
How'd you guys end up like becoming friends?
Shit, I think it was showing love through internet, you know what I'm saying? But Pat was one of them people that like, you know, will voice text you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Back and forth all day. We talk every day.
Did you voice
day.
text back or did you type
all
back?
day? Nah, whatever. However, you know what I'm saying? However, but me and Pat was tight, bro.
That sucks, man. Yeah, I feel because it's crazy because I remember seeing that he had passed away, and then I watched his. That's like really eerie, like when someone dies and like their story's still up from the day of, and it's like, fuck, man, like this dude was just breathing like 8 hours ago. Like it's you just never know when your time can come, man.
He was the last person I could think of that, you know what I'm saying? Rap.
Right. It's unfortunate, man. Rest in peace to him.
Very, very emotional about that.
For you, where do you go from here? Because when you get a look like the BET Cypher, major labels will start knocking if they haven't already been knocking. I know you've been close to some situations with, you know, some other rap, I wouldn't say cruise labels, whatever, but are you looking to sign? Are you like, where are you at in terms of like the rap shit, like moving forward?
I'm in a good place, right? Because like I can drop music when I want. I got a good situation with distro. I mean, shout out my people over at Next. Yeah, I got a good situation. It could always be better. But, you know, I learned that every time I drop, I'm becoming, you know, every time I perform, every time I do anything, I'm just increasing what I got going on.
You're increasing your reach every time.
Yeah, so like, you know, I expect more, you know what I'm saying? So I just keep, you know, I'm all ears, you know what I'm saying? But right now, I'm self-sufficient. So I'm not drowning no more like I was. I was drowning. You know
Yeah, because like I think the goal always should be
when you're broke, you're broke. I'm broke
Right.
on parole
right.
with kids.
Fuck.
Broke on parole with kids. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to make it.
Just grind it out.
I think anyone's like, if anybody can successfully get to the point where they can get their bills paid off of this rap shit, like you made it. Like, to be honest, like
You made it, but every time you get to the top of a hill,
you gotta keep going,
you
man.
can see where you see another mountain. You didn't see it till you got to the top of
It's
that
crazy.
hill,
That's
you know?
real because like,
Like
you,
being around Webby, learning how
Yeah.
he does things and seeing how they do, you know, like what the, you know.
well, I mean, I feel like you probably went through that a few different times. 'Cause I know financially, you probably had a lot of money, you know, growing up before you went to prison. But like, I feel like you always think, damn, if I ever made this amount of money, I'll be fucking set. And then you get to that amount of money and then you don't even think about, and you're just like, I need more. Like, we got to keep this shit going.
Yeah, it's never enough. And the world, you know, and having a phone in front of you to show you the things you don't have and the things you're not doing,
Right.
that will drive you and poison you. You know what I'm saying? But it'll drive you. It drives me.
It's a beautiful thing, man.
Beautiful thing, man. No matter what.
We got to stop the interview, tell you about our partners at Odd Socks. Well, first of all, let's check out the brand new collab. Look at these, the Bootleg Kev sock. You see my pink ass face on those fucking socks? Nobody wants to buy those. We're going to figure out a way to give them away though. But look, Odd Socks are the most comfortable socks in the world. And the best thing about Odd Socks is they're our family, man. I've been rocking with these guys for about 10 years now, and I will not wear anything else on my feet. Like, I swear to God, I'm about to take my shoe off. I'm about to take, look, what is this? Smells great too. That's an Odd Sock right there. That's an Odd Sock basic. You know what I'm saying? We fuck with Odd Socks. You should too. They got the crazy licenses. We're talking about Nickelodeon. Shout out to Patrick. Motherfucking Cheez-Its. Baywatch. How about macaroni underwear? Look at these boys right here. Let's just crack these motherfuckers open real quick. What do we got in here? Come on, man. Yeah, a little Pop-Tart underwear. You know what I mean? Yeah. These are the Odd Socks basics. All right. So if you go to the website right now, order you some underwear, order you some socks, use the promo code BootlegKev. That's one word altogether, BootlegKev, and you will save 20% off at checkout. Go to oddsocksofficial.com. One more time, that's oddsocksofficial.com, promo code BootlegKev, and you will save 20% off your order. Of course, we're presented by Odd Socks, and we are proud to say so. All right, let's get back to the interview. How often, like you live with your kids full time, right?
Yeah.
So when you're like not with them, when you're on the road, when you're doing the Chris Webby shit, is it like tough to be away from the kids for like a long amount of time?
I mean, like, yeah, but you know, like
There's FaceTime. There's
the FaceTime changes the game a little bit, but you know, as men, you know, we gotta go provide. You gotta go hunt the food. You know what I mean?
That's what I tell my wife. Yeah.
You know, and you know, the women can hunt too. You know what I mean?
She's taking care of the kids. I'm
that's
out
where
getting
you
this
gotta-
money.
You gotta find that child care. You gotta pay for that. You gotta hunt for that too.
Yeah.
You gotta go hunt that down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, get a little vacation from the kids. So you
know,
get that
it's
date
been-
night
You
popping.
know, it's hard. It's been a tough, busy couple years. You know what I'm saying? And I'm grateful. So you know, I look forward to being able to do more.
Is
know?
there?
'Cause I've been restricted. I've been everything you've seen.
When did you get off parole?
Shit, when did I get off? When did I get it? Was it 2019? Nah, it was 20.
So you got off parole.
Yo, I got it. It was right before COVID jumped.
So right before
It
the
was right
pandemic.
before COVID. It was fucking January. Right before COVID jumped a couple months later. Yup.
So you were just like that was like your first time being free,
Shout out Prince Holloway
free from the system in almost 20 years, right?
and Jack McMahon. Yeah, that was it. I walked out of there. It was like,
Fuck you,
Holy
never coming back.
I was like, damn, I could go do something and get right out now.
Terrible mentality.
No, you know, I didn't do that, but that's,
Right.
you know.
Oh man, shout out to you, man.
Shout out to you.
Is there going to be any other? I mean, like you said, you did shit with Green Lantern. Like, is there any other ideas or thoughts of doing like another full collab project with another producer?
Yeah. Fucking right. Yeah, absolutely. There's other producers.
Maybe like you and Derringer would be crazy. Shout out.
Yeah, man. Real quick, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, man, this should be flowing out of me. Like right now, I'm making the best music. You could put me on like a trap beat. Some kids put me on like a trap beat the other night. What's the mask?
Shout out to Wister.
Yeah, real rap. And, you know, I got right on that shit and swagged it out. I don't mind putting harmony on something. I feel like I'm acing everybody on that too. You
Okay.
know, on some, you know, not trying to, I mean, real rap though. I'm acing shit. Like the best music flowing out of me. The best shit's, I'm writing the best shit.
Who's your favorite? Like outside of you or your immediate crew? Like what are you just a fan of right now in hip hop?
Right now, like who do I listen to?
Like, what's your favorite album of this year? How about that?
That wasn't mine.
Or that you weren't a part of?
Of course, because I'm gonna be in love with mine. Well, I'm on it, but I'm a bit, you know, Millie's album is dope.
Yeah.
I'm on it though, but that one #1.
Yeah.
You know, on iTunes and all that shit. Other shit that came out this year.
2022, man.
This year, I like what Harry Fraud got going with Jay Worthy.
Yeah.
lot.
That album's crazy, actually. Jay Worthy's been on a crazy run.
I met Jay Worthy back out here, like with Weeder. With, you know, I was out here with G Weeder.
Yeah, he's on a
him, yeah.
he's on a fucking crazy run. I feel like he's dropping a new album every 2 or 3 months. Pusha T album is crazy this year.
And I like, on some real shit, I be bumping Nems' shit.
Nems is fucking fire. I love Nems, man. He's somebody else who we had on like crazy early, and like I'm just so glad he caught his wave, and like people are starting to pay attention to like just he's such a
His shit been disrespectful. His music been.
I feel like he got less disrespectful lately.
And then there's this kid in Philly, Leaf Ward. I mean, this, you know, who I've been listening to a lot.
Dope.
Definitely, man.
All right, man. Well, listen, go get the album, no matter what.
Yeah, no matter what.
Run
That's
that
the,
shit
That's
up.
the hottest shit out this year, man.
Go run that shit up. I'm sure there's gonna be a whole lot more music coming soon.
Yeah,
Some
man,
more
I'm
tour dates, maybe.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely.
Collab album with Millie's on the way, maybe.
Yeah. Also, man, don't forget to go get me on that. Black Soprano Family album, Long Live DJ Shay.
That's on. Yep.
Yeah,
Was there ever any talk of you guys doing a little situation over there at the BSF?
Oh yeah, there's lots of things going on. I mean, lots of talk. I mean,
Would you
lots of
rather like
options.
build your own shit though, like low key?
I'm already building my own shit.
That's what I mean. Like it probably is easy
me,
to like.
me and my man SK. I mean, that's what if you look on a lot of my albums, I got my man SK NJ with me.
What's the name of your shit? Just shout it out, just so people know. Like
I mean, right? My LLC is OT the Real, but I also have Soup Kitchen Music Group too.
Okay, Soup Kitchen.
But yeah, but I'm OT the Real is signed to OT the Real. It's just one sole.
see what you did there.
Sole proprietorship.
I love it. I'm hip to the LLC game. I got a few.
My man SK put me on to do that shit. That's why he's with that shit with me.
Once you start making more money, you're gonna have to get that S corp, and then you're gonna put your lady on as an employee.
That trust
and your kids on.
Need that trust.
Yeah, you get better tax breaks. You know. Shout out to the S corp hustle. Hey, well, listen, man. Appreciate you pulling up, bro. And then, hey, look, we're gonna do a freestyle, so you can watch that YouTube video as well. We're gonna put it somewhere over here.
Let's go.
Another
Go get
classic.
that. Go get that no matter what right now. Let's go.
OT the real. Fire.